Be strong. Do not give up, for your work will be rewarded. Amen. From a subject this morning, I'd like to preach for a little while. Wait on the Lord. Wait on the Lord. Sounds like some of you are tired of waiting. I only got about 10 claps. Wait on the Lord. Wait on. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor to wait on. I know you've been waiting a long time, but wait on the Lord. And I know you're tired of waiting, but wait on the Lord. When you've done all you can to stand, the word says, stand still and wait on the Lord. If you wait on the Lord and be of good courage, he'll strengthen your heart. And whatsoever you ask, it shall. God Almighty. Whatever it is that you're waiting on, it shall be given unto you. Wait, I say, upon the Lord. God bless your heart. It's a dangerous thing to take matters into your own hand. You need to wait on the Lord. And I tell you what, the best way to wait, for those of you that have problems waiting, if you'll take your misery and let it become your ministry, you can wait patiently on the Lord. 2 Chronicles 20:17 says, you shall not fight in this battle. Take your position and stand still. See the salvation of the Lord, who is with you, O Judah, Jerusalem, and shall creep. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for the Lord is with you. God told Jehoshaphat, the battle is not yours. God, can somebody hear me? The battle is not yours. Put your dukes down. The battle is not yours. Put your weapon up. The battle. Stop trying to figure it out. God's already got it worked out. The battle is not yours. It's the Lord's. In Ephesians 6, a chapter about spiritual warfare, we're told that after having done all the crisis demand, we are to stand. When you've done all you know to do, the word says, get still. I know that's hard for somebody to do. Get still. On 2 or 3 different occasions, God said, be still and know that I'm God. On one occasion, Jesus told a storm to be still. Because I kept seeing that word show up, I did a little research. And be still means shut up. Did you hear what I said? Stop murmuring and complaining. Stop mumbling and figuring. Be still. I see you looking at me. Be still. Let your mind be at rest. Be still. Somebody here know that if you get still, the Lord will work everything to your good. He told the children of Israel in the desert when things were not going well, he said, be still and see the salvation of the Lord. Well, all we ought to do is take our position and remain in position until we see victory. And I'm sure the question is asked, what is our position? I believe that our position is worshiping. When you get still, if you just worship God and keep on worshiping him. God, I love you. Lord, I praise you. Lord, I extol you. I lift you up because you're God. I declare if you just keep on worshiping him, somebody here know that something will happen. Jeremiah said that if you worship him, it will get like fire. Anybody need some fire? It gets like fire shut up in your bones. Like the enemies of Judah and Israel, the devil has a plan to attack and destroy us. He's working his plan right now while I talk to you. But God, those two words I always love. When things ain't going well and it looked like all has failed, but God. When it seemed like that nothing is working out, if you get focused, you'll find a but God. The devil can mean it for bad, but God can turn it into good. Paraphrased edition of John 10:10. I'd like to share it with you. It's clear just how determined the devil is to steal, to kill, and destroy. But God, he can mean it for evil. Have you ever had somebody to say something insulting to you and you didn't take it the way they said it? That's a but God. I think that what James says, that whatever shape you find yourself in, you count it all joy. The thief, that spiritual bandit who wants to get his hands in every good thing in your life, this pickpocket is looking for an opportunity to wiggle his way deeply into your personal life. But if you let God have his way in your life, the devil in trying to get into your affairs, he can walk off with everything that you hold precious and dear. And that's not all. When he finished reaping all of your good possessions, he'll take his plan and rob you blind to the next level by creating conditions and situations so horrible that it seems like you can't solve none of your problems. But I found that when everything else have failed, when your back is against the wall and it looks like that all hell is going to break loose, somebody here know that you can just get still and you ain't even got to say nothing. Just look toward the hills from whence cometh your help. Satan will try to put you under an unbearable pressure to make you feel obligated to throw in the towel and to give up everything because it looks like that he stole everything that you have. You know what I found? That no matter what you lose, no matter what leaves, no matter who leaves, if God leaves you your joy, God, I wish somebody. I found that no matter how bad the day is going, if I can just get to my joy, and no matter who is acting any kind of way, if I can just get to my joy. I wish somebody in here, I wish somebody had some joy that would change everything in your life. Even when death comes, if death comes and steal a loved one away, if you can just get to your joy in the midst of all hell breaking loose. The goal of the thief is to totally waste and devastate your life. But I need somebody to tell the devil, I'm sorry. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. And because the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. If nothing stops him, he'll leave you insolvent, flat broke, cleaned out in every area of your life. And you'll end up feeling as if you're finished and out of business. I'm here to tell you that don't put the sign up yet. Because out of all the things that I've been through, I still got joy. Make no mistake, his ultimate aim is to obliterate you. And all you got to do is not engage him. See, you got to understand the devil operates off attention. If you stop paying so much attention to what you lost and start praising God for what you got left, you'll find the devil will flee from you. I've seen people sit around with a bad cavity and won't go on to the dentist and get it pulled out. You got 32 teeth. And I found out something the other day. If you lose all 32, the dentist got some more. You to weep and moan? But I've come that Jesus says, I've come that you might have, not only have joy, but not only that you might have abundant life, but that you might keep it and constantly retain vitality. And I'm here to tell somebody, if you would just trust God, God will put some gusto and some vigor and some zest even in your life when you're down and out, when you're old and gray. The Lord will rejuvenate your whole life. I came that you might embrace this unraveled, unequaled, matchless, incomparable, richly loaded, overflowing life that's ultimately maximum. God Almighty. I'm so glad for those words, but I've come. Jesus said, but I've come. I know it's bad, but I've come. I know you don't feel good, but I've come. I know you've been sick, but I've come. I know you broke down, but I've come. I know you're broke, busted, and disgusted, but I've come. I know your feelings are hurt, but I've come. I know they left you, but I've come. I know you just came from the funeral, but I've come that you might have joy. I've come that you might have life, and you might have it more abundantly. Abundantly ultimately means that you might have a more exciting life. We have certain trials in our lives that last much longer than others. We'd like all of them to be short-lived, but it's not always the case. During those times of lengthy trials, we often become weary. We feel that we need to see some sign from God, even a small one that he's working on our situations, and we'll soon see a breakthrough. When it looks like that God is doing nothing, I stopped by to tell you he's up to something. When it looks like that God don't hear you, I stopped to tell you, Shoal Creek, he heard you. I know you've been walking the floor a long time. I know you've spent a lot of lonely late nights, but I want you to know he heard you. I know he hadn't answered yet, but he heard you. I know he hadn't done anything yet, but he heard you. I know nothing has changed, but he heard you. All you got to do is wait on the Lord and be of good courage. Well, what are we supposed to do during these times of waiting? Well, for one thing, we should tell God what we want while we're waiting. And stop telling God you want cookies when you want cake. Because the God I serve, he'll give you what you ask for. You need to be specific with God. I've heard women say that Lord, I need a man, and a piece of man is better than no man. That's why you ended up with a piece of man. You need to ask for what you want, because God will give it to you just to show you it's not what you want. I don't want a piece of nothing but a piece of chocolate cake that's big enough to stand up on its own, and a piece of good money, and a piece of mind, and a piece of fat back. I don't want no piece of nothing. Like Elijah, we should say it is beginning to rain. He told Ahab, you better get all you remember when Elijah prophesied that it was going to be 3 years and 6 months and no rain. Elijah came to town. Ahab met him. He didn't call him Reverend Elijah. You know, when things ain't going well, y'all call the preacher some things. He said, hey, troubler. Hey, troubler. I've been called that since I've been in Shelby. I've been called troubler. But I like God. God said, I didn't come to bring no peace. I come to disturb the peace. He said to Elijah, you're the one that's causing all this trouble around you. Elijah said, no, you've been causing the trouble. said, I'm the one that came to make it rain. God gave me the power to speak to the heavens. Somebody in here got some speaking power. Stop fussing with your children and start speaking over them. Stop even speaking to them and start speaking over them. Stop fussing with your mate trying to straighten them out. Start speaking over them. This old lady went to revival every night praying that God would change her husband. She came home every night and told him about what was going on in revival. And she told him what scriptures were read, and he sat there and smoked his cigar and blow smoke in her face. So on the third night, the preacher preached from John 3:16, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Then he talked about where Nicodemus went to Jesus by night and asked Jesus, what must I do to be saved? Jesus said to him, marvel not, you must be born again. She read that scripture to her husband. He blowed smoke in her face. So the next night she just went early, got down before the altar and just interceded for him. She begged him to come to church. When she got back home, he was laying in the floor crying and kicking. Y'all look at me, leave that baby alone. And whenever she stepped in the door, he was kicking and crying. She said, baby, what's wrong? He said, you know, you come in here every night, you start reading the Bible, and I would blow smoke in your face. You told me what Matthew said, and I blowed smoke in your face. You told me what Mark said, and I blowed smoke in your face. He said, but somehow, some way, I picked up what John said. And when I saw where it said, you must be born again, I snatched the page out of the Bible. And I decided I would roll me a joint in that page. He said, but when I started sucking on it, he said, John smoked me. And I felt something turning on the inside that felt like fire shut up in my bones. He said, and all of a sudden, I don't know about you, but if you start preaching the word, if you start teaching the word, if you start quoting the word, but if you start living the word, somebody will change that you're walking before. Said I start smoking John 3:16. John 3:16 smoked me. During times of need, we should say, anybody in here can stand up and tell this church, I'm blessed. Can anybody look back from where God brought you from and look at all the stuff he brought you through and just shout, I am blessed? Can you look at all the near misses in your life and realize you should have been dead and gone and declare, I am blessed? Leave your pew and go tell somebody, I am blessed. When I think about the goodness of Jesus and all he's done for me, I am blessed. I'm blessed. I should have been dead. I'm blessed. I should have lost my mind. I am blessed. I should be sleeping in my grave, but I'm blessed. I should be in the hospital, but I'm blessed. I should be in the nursing home, but I'm blessed. I am. All my needs are met. I have favor everywhere I go. I'm blessed when I'm going in. I'm blessed when I'm coming out. I'm blessed in the city. I'm blessed in the field. I am blessed. When we talk like that, I wonder how it make the devil feel. When we talk like that, I wonder how mad he get. If we talk more like that, we'd see the devil sitting in the parking lot with a black eye we see him sitting in the parking lot with his head hung down. Instead of us complaining, you need to look the devil in the face and tell him, I am blessed. All of the bad things you meant for good, God turned that thing around. I am blessed. Go on, take a praise break if you need to. If it had not been for the Lord, somebody needs to realize if it had not been for the Lord on my side, if it had not been for the Lord. Jehoshaphat said, for we have no might to stand against this great company that's coming up against us. Listen to what he closes out and says. We don't know what to do, but our eyes are on you. Wait on the Lord, I tell you. I know it's been tough, but wait on the Lord. I know you've been passed over for that promotion, but keep on waiting on the Lord. Somebody in here know that one moment when God turned things around, it'll be worth all of your waiting. Wait on the Lord. We need to realize that we can't solve the problems that we face in our life. We don't have the answers to all of the questions. We don't know how to deal with every situation we encounter. But like Jehoshaphat, we just don't know what to do. But you ought to stand up and tell the Lord, my eyes are on you. And where you lead me, I will follow. Instead of spinning our wheels, trying to do something about something we can't do anything about, and then we find ourselves completely exhausted, totally frustrated from struggling. We need to let God do for us what we can't do for ourselves. For years, I tried to change myself without success. I tried so hard and so long to break bad habits. Anybody in you ever had any bad habits you had to break? You better talk to me. Anybody had any bad habits? Well, some of y'all got some bad habits you need to break now. Maybe that's why you ain't saying nothing. You can't break those habits. God. I love the way Christians look around like it's somebody else. You ought to be ashamed.